Once again, Marc Marquez showed his magic as a lethal racing maestro. Under the cloudy skies of the Red Bull Ring, Marquez reminded everyone why he's an 8-time world champion. His intelligence, strategy, dominance, and champion's mentality have made him the clear force of the 2025 MotoGP season. Marc Marquez took victory in the sprint race at the 2025 Austrian Grand Prix on Saturday, August 15. It was the very first time Marquez claimed a race win at the Red Bull Ring. The sprint race ran for 14 laps around the 4.384 km circuit. Light rain briefly hit Spielberg, Austria, but the track was dry by the time the race got underway. Pecco Bagnaia, starting from third, had a disastrous launch, dropping all the way down to 14th after being swallowed by the pack. Meanwhile, Pedro Acosta got off to a flyer, climbing 4 spots to third, overtaking Marco Bezzecchi, who had started from pole. Alex Marquez took the lead, but right behind him was his brother, Marc Marquez, who had started from fourth. Alex clocked the fastest lap of the race, 1:29.137, to stretch his gap over Marc. Bagnaia's nightmare continued as he fell further down the order and eventually pulled into the pits, retiring 6 laps from the end. Despite Alex's attempts to pull away, Marc stuck right behind him and eventually made the decisive pass. With 3 laps to go, the order was Marc, Alex, and Acosta. Marc widened the gap to a full second and crossed the line to take victory. The win pushed Marc Marquez to the brink of 400 championship points this season, bringing him even closer to securing his 9th world title in 2025. Afterward, Marc admitted the sprint race win came down to a small mistake from Alex. Starting from 4th forced Marc to fight from the opening lap. Today, the mistake in qualifying made things tougher. Starting from P4, I knew that first lap was going to be crucial, Marquez said, as quoted by Crash. When I found myself in second, I tried to pass Alex right away, but he was really fast. I wasn't quicker than him, not enough to make a move, so I decided to stay behind and wait. Then came the opportunity. My front tire started shaking a bit, which made things complicated. But Alex made a little mistake in turn 2, and without that, I don't know if I could have passed him. That moment was enough for me to take the win, and I'm happy we could bring home another 1-2 finish together, Marquez explained. The 2025 season has been all about Marc Marquez's dominance, something that has even stunned former Ducati star Casey Stoner. This is Marquez's very first season as a Ducati factory rider, and while many expected him to shine on the Desmosedici, few imagined just how dominant he would be. So far, he's ruled all 12 rounds of MotoGP 2025, topping the standings with 381 points, ahead of Alex Marquez, 261, Gresini Ducati, and Francesco Bagnaia, 213, Ducati Lenovo. It's been a stunning comeback after years battling injuries and Honda's declining performance. Stoner, who retired in 2012, admitted he had doubts about Marquez's fitness but is now blown away by his resurgence. No, I didn't think Marc would be this fast, especially at the start of the year, Stoner told Sky Italy. Last year, we saw him get more confident with Gresini Ducati, but I still wasn't sure about his arm and recovery. I was curious to see how this season would start and honestly, I didn't expect this level of dominance. He's been incredible this year. We've seen many impressive things from Marc before, but I think this might be his most impressive season yet, Stoner added. Today's additional 12 points pushed the 8-time world champion even further ahead, bringing his tally to 393 points. Just 7 points shy of the 400 mark, Marquez has widened the gap over his closest rival, Alex Marquez, who sits second with 127 points. In stark contrast, his teammate Francesco Bagnaia endured a bitter blow, failing to finish the sprint race. The pride of Valentino Rossi's academy remains stuck in third place in the standings with 213 points. This tough result means Bagnaia will need to work even harder if he wants to stay in the title fight, as he now trails Marquez by 180 points. Despite missing out on the podium in this session, Marco Bezzecchi still collected points, keeping him in 4th place overall. The Jorge Martin teammate is closing in on Bagnaia, with 162 points so far. The riders still have one more chance to grab points in Sunday's main race at the 2025 Austrian Grand Prix. That also applies to Bagnaia, who can still score and erase the sting of today's setback. Will Marc Marquez seal the title at Misano? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss the latest MotoGP 2025 updates.